Hi, it's Atomic Radio Hour. I'm Vince, host of Nuclear Podcast, and I'm here, live, in Goodsprings.
Yippee-yay, there'll be no wedding bells for today.
Nesto is programmed to please. I am programmed for your pleasure. Please assume the position.
And subscribe to the Patreon.
Riding merrily along.
Jingle jangle,
And they sing, oh, ain't you glad you're single?
jingle jangle,
And that song ain't so very far from wrong.
jingle jangle.
Oh, Lily Bell,
Oh, Lily Bell,
oh, Lily Bell.
oh, Lily Bell.
Though I may have done some fooling, this is why I never fell. 'Cause I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle,
Jingle jangle,
and I go riding merrily.
Welcome to the Fallout Fan Fest 2025. How are you? Thank you for joining us. This is just the front of the Buffalo Bill. This is the big sign. This was filmed on Thursday, the day before Friday, if you're following along, before the first day of the event. The first day is what I like to refer to as LineCon, because this is all it was. For a lot of it, it was us waiting in line. We waited in line to get our tickets. I actually didn't get any footage from the inside, just to check in. We got stuck in a death loop. Just a spiral. Look at this lady watching me. I got stuck in a death loop, a spiral of just trying to get signed in, and we had no idea what we were doing. We didn't know if we were right. We didn't know if we were wrong. This is the front of the casino. This line pales in comparison to anything. This is about 10 a.m.-ish. About 10 in the morning, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. This is how the line was. There's people waiting in this line who have yet to get their tickets. A lot of the first day was just waiting in line. I never got official numbers. I heard last year they had sold 6,000 tickets. I heard by Friday it was about 6,000 or 7,000 tickets. Do you hear me? I'm even complaining, going, what's going on? There's a guy in line who you'll hear from soon enough who realized he's out here and didn't get his tickets yet. Also, my friends are about to pop up, fellow tunnel snakes. See? He's in the wrong spot. The tunnel snakes are coming up.
Tunnel snakes rule.
We're gonna see them a little bit later, but those guys I met outside the saloon, and next to the saloon is the general store. And the general store, it was so packed and the lines were so crazy that when I finally got in line to get the Sunset Sarsaparilla float, the vanilla float, the ice cream with the soda pop, we didn't even think to get footage because it was just so busy. We were like, who wants to see us waiting in line? Anyway, this is me with the tunnel snakes, great group of guys, and the lady who was there. And here is people cosplaying the Unity, wearing the purple and yellow robes, and they have a little master on their back. One of the people that was with them, they're not with them at the time, but I saw them later, actually had she jackets. And those she jackets, incredible. First off, I never thought I'd see so much Fallout 1 and 2 representation at this. I thought it was going to be a lot of a lot of New Vegas, a lot of 3, a lot of 4, a lot of the show, a lot of 76. This is like the food area. To my left, there's actually the Jones. I'll show you in a second. But all these spots, you can get funnel cakes, and there's some really good Filipino fusion food over there. Jones is right there in the left-hand corner. And that's what I'm saying. When you got off the bus, you were right into the Jones booth. These fellas here, I saw some cosplay, 2 Legionnaires, and this fella in the black coat with the Ushenka, I think he's supposed to be the chicken salesman, the guy who sells Thaddeus the snake oil, which might be FEV. I think that's who he's supposed to be. The gas station, which actually, the past video I was next to, now I'm in front of. It's a Poseidon Energy, like where you could find Ringo in the actual Goodsprings. This is the hill. So in-game, there's actually the water tower and the cemetery that are, I'll show you in a second, cemetery that are up there, but in real life, it's just behind that little hill. I have footage of that you'll see on day 3, but there, right now, that was a Legion and NCR meetup up there and a bunch of Joshua Grahams. Beautiful landscape, beautiful little view. Everything about this was fun and felt special. And that way that I'm pointing is towards the saloon and the general store. And if you know me, you know I love toys. It was getting ready to rain, and I found these, and I wanted to buy from this guy because I'm looking for a Lucy McLean action figure, and I can't find her. But this guy had all this stuff here, and I was so excited to speak to him, but he wouldn't sell me anything. And like I said, between the lines and the weather, that's about all I have for Fallout Fan Fest Day 1.
I love B-roll. I don't know why. I just love B-roll.
Welcome to Day 2. This is what I saw immediately after getting off the bus.
How many men will each man kill before moving himself down?
This was a parade that they were doing that was both NCR and Legion. And if nothing else made me feel like I was actually inside of a video game, it was this exact moment. Being in the saloon, great. Being outside the saloon, great. Playing New Vegas in the saloon itself, fantastic. This made me feel like I was actually there. Wasn't big on their Caesar. He was fine. I just don't ever picture Caesar to have facial hair.
With the
It's a me thing. I don't want to be like, oh, my immersion. But it's just one of those things that was a me thing.
I love the full armor. I love the full armor and then the Pumas. I want to march with them. I wish I had my fucking flag.
I was supposed to show up on this day with my Caesar's Legion flag around me, but I opted to not do it because it was raining all day long.
I'm a big fan of that guy.
Being at the event, being at this convention, it was a coin toss if you were going to turn the corner and see Boone or if you were going to see Joshua Graham. So to find the meeting of the Grahams felt special. You would think it'd be Boone with more cosplay because it would be easier. And of course, the Spider-Man meme.
Get out of the way.
This lady was very rude. I wanted to go up to some of them and just say, what's your favorite Bible verse, and see if they knew anything religious at all, or they were just dressed up. They kept referring to each other as my brother in Christ.
The gaggle of Graham says the official, unofficial. Yes. We need to get a picture of you guys in front of this thing. Oh, yes. Here, you want to get right in the middle here?
This guy's the Nomadic Gamer. I follow him on Instagram, and I just happened to see him doing this and kind of jumped in. This is actually a bunch of people from the show in front of me. There's some voice actors, Wes Johnson, all over here.
Nice to see you, Vince. I take this jacket. What's going on? You got paparazzi here?
Oh, yeah.
Me and Vince hanging out.
Who's my favorite character from Vegas?
Why is that? Tell me why.
I don't know. I think part of it is just the vulnerability of just like my wife is dead, and having to be the one who did it. I had her play with me, and when we got to Novak, I was like, we have to do this.
Yes.
I was like, this is the part of the game that I need you to see. It's such an important part of the world to me. Like, it's such an important, like, it's one of those things when I first played it, it must have been like 13, 14,
Sure.
and I'm like, oh, this guy's just a sniper. And then I get older, I'm like, oh, this dude knows what it is to love. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, not only he knows what it is to love, but like to have to kill his wife to save her. Like, one of the, I mean, also with every tragedy is comedy baked in. So like the term Boone's wife is became an adjective amongst my friends. Yeah, you'd see like you'd watch a movie and someone would get like splattered. And you're like, oh, that dude got boomed right. Like, it just became like
That's great.
So it was just and it's the guy that I always have to have. In Fallout, every time I replay it, I'm like, even if I don't take him with me all the time, I'm like, let's see what's going on. And then, so could I ask? And I know this is more. Could you write my wife's dead?
Yes.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
That's not a huge ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Orbit.
No, now I'm going to start thinking that when I see those situations. Like, that's hilarious. Let this dry a whole bunch of days.
How does it feel to be just a voice constantly, like in everyone's head? Like, not even just from this, but like everybody on here.
As you know, growing up, like coveting Saturday morning cartoons and paying attention to the actors, being now part of that world, like living that, is surreal.
Who was your biggest inspiration?
Frank Welker.
I knew you were going to say it. I knew it.
Michael Bell, Jim Cummings, June Foray.
Did Jim retire?
No, he's still working.
Yeah?
Yeah. He's got his own podcast now.
Really?
Yeah. Talking Tunes. Not Talking Tunes.
You go on podcast?
Tune in. Do I have one?
You go on them?
I do. Yeah.
Here, look.
Yeah. Now I get it. Okay. Now I understand.
I know my listenership would love to hear from you.
Yes.
That's a sticker.
Atomic Radio Hour.
Yeah. It's my hat. It's my shirt.
Dig it.
I came decked out. On there is a link. Is there a way I can get in contact with you if you'd like to be on? I know.
I want to ask your watchers, listeners right now, do you want to hear a conversation between me and Vince? If you are, hit like, subscribe, send him 1,000 messages.
Patreon. Mention Patreon.
And subscribe to the Patreon, because you get, with like the most minimum participation, you get what?
You get to be part of a community?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you can like kick it a little bit more, and you get his home address.
Yeah.
And
my social?
His
My social?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you really subscribe, you might see a conversation between the two of us.
Yeah.
If you want.
I mean, look, I know you're probably busy, but it's one of those, the worst you could say is no.
You're correct.
So,
yeah.
If there's any way I can get in contact with you.
Yeah, I'm on the, I have this, I'm on the...
This will take you to YouTube.
Okay, so I'm on the Instagram, it's at Jason Marsden. There's no check mark, because I'm not going to pay for that. But remind me of this conversation, and I will let you know my schedule.
Perfect.
I'm not doing any, I'm just burned out, so I'm not doing any interviews until probably 2026.
That's perfect. Perfect. Cool. I appreciate you. Appreciate your time.
Good luck to you. Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you.
And the stories.
I appreciate
Take care of each other.
Thank you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as
You
well.
bet.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I wanted to do everything in my power to not make this video just a slideshow, because I did take a lot of photos. But this is a very important image for me for a couple of reasons. One, to my right is Sassy Lady from the Fallout Roundtable, which is someone who I've spoken to, someone who I've been in touch with before. On the far left is Dom Quantum, who I met in DC and is someone whose stuff I've also followed. But directly to my left, this fellow right here is Preston, who does True Vault Escapades. When I met them, I wasn't even fully aware of how deep their lore in the community goes. When they gave me their card and I went, oh, isn't this Bunny? And he's like, yes, that's exactly who it is. I go, wasn't this a part of A-Bomb Radio? He couldn't believe that I knew A-Bomb Radio. And this is a very special image to me because this is before Atomic Radio Hour. Me listening to A-Bomb Radio. Olive and I listening to A-Bomb Radio. All of that is before Atomic Radio Hour. All of it. So anything that you see from us is directly inspired, I believe, by stuff like that, by Nuka Break, by the Angry Video Game Nerd. I think everything is kind of like a cohesive, we're all just taking from each other thing. But something like A-Bomb Radio here is highly influential to me as a very young fella in high school. We would talk about A-Bomb Radio at school all the time. So this meant a lot to me. I was actually so excited. I slapped Preston on the shoulder, became immediately way too familiar with a person because I was so very excited.
Are ready, our gamblers are ready, our pockets are ready, and here we go! And the race is off. We've got Nugget and Rookie that's having a conference instead of racing. It's unpredictable, folks. These are live Madagascar hissing roaches. With a little bit of encouragement, here comes the white thing to join the conference. Oh, well, there more. Make some noise for your racers. Here comes the Nugget. Nugget heads right into the ship. Lane 3 for Nugget. Nugget is charging back. And the winner is Nugget. Nugget is your big winner. If you got a bet, select your two profiles and then head over to the wheel. Ones that got wings. Mine got a
You guys want a nugget? Or shit? That's right, you're a crispy brother. Head down to spin the wheel.
Go on down right there so you can spin the wheel.
Look at this board.
Step forward, place your bets, place your bets. We've got 5 rows. Pick the row for the roach you want to win. 2 to 1 odds, folks. Go right over here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, he's fine.
My bad. My bad. Is he good?
He's fine.
Did I get him?
Barely straight.
Dude, I'm sorry.
You're close. Would you like to place a bet? Would you like to place a bet?
Oh, sorry. I bet on 5.
Alrighty. Place your bet.
Move it in the thing.
This one, Nugget's right.
What's up?
When you start right hitting the half.
All right, we have all bets in place. All bets are in place. All bets down. All bets down.
All bets are down.
All bets are down. Introducing our racers. In lane 1, it's Crispy. Lane 2, Hoytman. Lane 3, Nugget. Lane 4, Rochelitas. And lane 5, Sleepy Sam.
I bet on Sleepy Sam.
Our roaches are ready. Our spectators are ready. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, and we're up. And Hoytman with the early lead, crawling out first, but now Hoytman's on her back. We've got Crispy making headway in the first lane. Nugget also
Who'd you bet
flipped
on?
over, but finally running the ship.
Come on, Crispy.
We've got 3 racers.
Crispy.
But here comes
Sleepy Sam, you're killing me, bro. Let's go.
Here comes Nugget.
Oh, that's you? That's 3 in the middle?
And the winner is Nugget. Nugget for the win. Go here, bet on Sleepy Sam.
I had Sleepy Sam.
Out of pity, you get a free spin of my father.
Hell yeah, thank you.
All right. Drop my father's eyes and win a prize.
I need all the non-winners.
24.
I got 0.
0. Pick the prize that you want.
Get the hell out of here, really?
Pick the prize that you want. Big winner.
Here, sir. What size t-shirt?
He gets a t-shirt as a bonus. He's still
2X.
2X. And what was his price?
He gets the pick.
I want a McFarlane. I want a McFarlane figure. Do you have Lucy? Holy shit.
33.
Get the... No, please, thank you. Thank you so much.
What'd you get?
Haha, that's crazy.
Oh, that's cool. That's beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm actually filming this on the last day of the event. It's the 16th. It was someone else's birthday today and they were giving out party hats. This has been the best convention I've ever been to. There was a bunch of tunnel snakes that I got to hang out with. I had my jacket on. And
this small little ghost town. I actually missed Walton Goggins by like 35 minutes. I was getting my copy of New Vegas signed by the guy who voices Boone.
Subscribe to the Patreon.
And this is it. I mean, this is like, let me step out of frame for a second. This is what we all came here for. This is what it's all about. I mean, this is, let me find my marker. This is it. And I get to share it with you guys, and I'm really, really excited about that. I'm really happy about that. This here, the Vault-Tec truck, is where they let us gamble. There's a video of it, you'll see it in a second. This is Goodsprings. This is the Fallout fan celebration of 2025. It has been by far the best con I've ever been to. Friday was rough. I'm not gonna lie to you. Friday was rough. I don't think anybody accounted for how many people were gonna be here. I don't think anybody accounted for the transportation. And it was rough. But all in all, I had a fantastic time. For you guys, I would like to toast everybody at home who's watching. This is the best soda I've ever had. This is like my 7th one here. Let's see if I get a blue star. Did not get a blue star. To you guys. You know, normally I can get in front of the camera. And just talk shit. And I really find myself at a loss for words here. I guess the footage will speak for most of it itself. This will be a different podcast than I've ever really done. Again, this is one that is not fair to audio listeners. And I really, really apologize. If you have access to YouTube, I think you should find it there. I think it's gonna do you a much better service there. You wanna get a pan of everything else real quick? While we're here, I'll come over closer to the camera and I can narrate. This is just a line to get into the general store where they had a fantastic, I didn't get any footage of it, I apologize. They had a fantastic Sunset Sarsaparilla float. And the saloon, I went in yesterday and I wanted to play New Vegas in there, but you just can't. There was a guy who took it up and I wasn't upset. He was with, I assume, his younger brother. And of course the kid, you got games on your phone, is gonna just want to play games. I've seen more bennies than I ever thought I'd see. I saw more grams. It was a three-way tie between Benny, Graham, and Boone for the most cosplays. I didn't see a lot of power armor, but on the 15th yesterday, for Saturday, it rained tremendously the whole time. If you've seen any footage, you probably have seen it. I feel like I'm at a loss for words. I really do. Can you get a close up of the line?
Okay, bud.
What's up?
Take it easy, baby.
I can see that lone star.
I got to play New Vegas at the Pioneer Saloon. Pretty fucking cool. Pretty fucking cool.
When I see that beacon shining for me all alone, it calls me back to Texas and to home. Lone star shine down on my hometown, fill my memory, light my way. Cattle in the old corral, the open range all round, sunlight and the smell of new mown hay. I remember though I've wandered and much happiness I've found, still I wish that I could be
Kyle.
back there today. I know my home is waiting for me by the river's shore. I know that all the ones I love would welcome me once more. In dreams I see them now, though it seems I'm bound to roam. My thoughts are still of Texas and of home.
This is me and Felix from GameStar, a German gaming magazine and website. There's a YouTube channel. I was interviewed about where my thoughts are on when we will get Fallout 5 and where it will take place. The following clips I've taken from their YouTube page to give them all the credit, and it's my thoughts. There's a translation in the top corner, but it's me speaking and then him speaking in German and then me what I'm actually saying translated in the corner. Enjoy. I'm international, baby.
Ich habe mitbekommen, was so ziemlich jeder andere mitbekommen hat. Sie arbeiten daran. Wir warten ja immer noch auf Elder Scrolls 6, das vor Jahren angekündigt wurde. Das wird zuerst erscheinen. Ich glaube, Fallout 5 kommt dann zwischen 2032 und 2036, einfach auch aufgrund des Entwicklungszyklus von Bethesda. Ich glaube, es wird New York, vor allem wenn Bethesda weiter bei der Ostküste der USA bleibt.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So while I was in Vegas, I did what I feel like everybody should do when they go to Vegas, and I got myself a tattoo. This is me getting artwork by Dallas Carlos over at Labyrinth Tattoo in Nevada. I had a great time. I felt very safe. I felt very comfortable. I will warn you, a lot of this is going to be like a noise, and it's not something everyone wants to listen to, so I'm just letting you know that now. Dallas has been a part of the community for a very, very long time, and it was great to just sit down and have a nice conversation.
So one time I had a Fallout wallet with a Vault Boy on it, and I was on my way to work and I got pulled over. And the cops saw it and let me go.
Huge!
Because of that, yeah.
Huge!
And I just started doing the podcast, and part of me's like, do you like podcasts?
If you want to hear about the time that I got pulled over and you let me go.
And I called you a pig on YouTube.
I called you a pig and you let me go.
I may be a one and done guy.
That's totally fine. I have another client who did the exact same thing and then came back a year later. They were like, no, I'm never getting tattooed again. I said, okay.
I was kind of a huge little bitch the entire time, if you can't tell from what you just listened to. What was so nice about finally getting to meet Dallas and getting some of their artwork done on my body forever is that they've been a part of the community for as long as I can remember. For as long as I can remember, I've seen their artwork. They're someone who I followed and admired and appreciated their stuff. So when we actually got to sit down and talk about Fallout stuff, it felt like I was talking a dead tongue. It felt like I was reminiscing what 2012 felt like before Fallout 4. A time before constant merch and constant updates, when the community was a lot smaller. It felt like what I would refer to as a golden era.
The show I thought was fine with how they used Jet when, in like episode 1 or 2, the Raiders are there. That hurts, wow. When the Raiders break in and they take Jet in front of Lucy. Like that I thought was fine because it would have made sense. Especially if it's not far from, if it's California.
Yeah, that makes sense for sure. Sure. It's not far from Reno. But I know too the use of like chems to maintain like ghoul like sanity. That it's interesting. I mean it's a cool concept, but I just don't know because it really changes the whole lore of how ghouls are in general. Because what do you make it for like the Capital Wasteland and stuff? Like granted that's like Necropolis, you know, and stuff like that. Like
and like the ghouls. What is the vault in? in Fallout 1.
I know what you're talking about.
Set. I can think of everything but the vault.
I know what you're talking about.
The vault that they left the door open. I'm sorry.
No.
That's Necropolis.
That's Necropolis.
I'm thinking of Underworld.
Yes, you're thinking of Underworld, and that's what I'm talking about.
I'm currently being stabbed. Yeah, yeah, but also the Fridge Kid.
Yeah, the Fridge Kid, yeah.
Fucking...
It's shit like that.
He didn't eat for 200 years? Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he would have been fucking feral or dead, you know? Like, pick one.
I think that looks fantastic. Can you get a close-up, please?
And just double check some stuff.
This sounds like copywritten music. Audio Jungle.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. There's some little things I gotta get.
Very happy to have you not just be my first, but also my Fallout tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
And now my body is changed for the rest of my life. I now have the Vault Boy on my arm, essentially a Walton Goggins tattoo. I'd like to thank everybody at Labyrinth Tattoo, especially Dallas. I'm very happy that they got to do my first tattoo. If you'd like to follow Dallas somewhere on the internet, they go by Vault Tech with 3 T's. There'll be a link to their stuff in the description below. This was one of the last things to do before leaving Vegas, but the very last thing was to head to the Atomic Museum.
I love bombs.
During this year's Fallout Day stream, Bethesda announced that they had partnered with the Atomic Testing Museum in Las Vegas to show off how the world of Fallout has been inspired by the real-life events of the Atomic Age, the nuclear age in America, showing things like mannequins, old TVs, Fallout shelters, and other relics of a bygone era. Now, this was fun. This was something interesting, something that I'm a fan of, being one of my favorite times in history, but a big thing you can't forget when you talk about this time in history is all the destruction that was done, be it the people that the bombs directly affected or the Native Americans that were displaced in the Mojave Desert. I've been to Hiroshima. I see a lot of these things differently. When I got back, one of the things that I thought about the most was the opening to Fallout 4, and if I could really ethically play it. And that's the thing that I got out of this museum. I feel like I had my ideals challenged. I really thought about the ethics of nuclear weapons, but also got to see a thing that I love, and all these props that were on loan from Bethesda. All these fun things here, like these mannequins that I'm about to show. I believe these are the mannequins that they used to promote Fallout 3 that I saw when I was 10, 11, 12 years old. Probably my favorite part there. If you're in Las Vegas, I recommend you check it out.
Pointing at it when I do this?
A little more that way.
I think it's funnier if I'm not pointing at it.
A little more that way. One more. Now you're like right on it. Like you're covering it up, so if I move.
I'd also like to start off this segment by saying I'm probably going to pronounce people's names wrong, and I'm very, very sorry about that. Alright, so I wanted to show off everything that I got at the event, and I think I want to start off with the star of the show. So when you first got there, you got off the bus, and as you got off the bus, you immediately went to the Jones Soda tent. You just like walked into it. And I'm not a huge soda guy. And I actually did do a review of this soda. I could see myself cracking open one of these. Very, very good soda. I want to give this 8.9 Festuses out of 10. It's a very good soda. And I could link to the video in which I reviewed the soda. And this is probably my favorite soda ever. Everything about this is perfect. It's like root beer and cream soda put together. I really, really, really love this soda. I have 2 here. I put little stickers on the bottom, so I know that these are ones I got from the event, because I'm going to wind up probably putting these on the Fallout shelf somewhere. I've got another one, a second one right here, again with a little sticker. I love these. They're not one-to-one from the game, but they're as good as we're ever going to get. And like I said, I'm not a huge soda guy, but I must have drank at least 8 of them. I have 8 bottle caps, which I'm going to show off a little bit later. And then I got the carrying case. They were giving out stickers. I actually have more stickers somewhere else, but I wanted to just show off the one at least. They were giving these out as long as you bought something. They had this and Nuka Grape. And I wasn't big on the Nuka Grape. It's fine. It's a little too medicinal for me. I might do a full review of it at some point in time, but I'm not entirely sure. But I got these stickers,
the carrying case, and these 2 Sunset Sarsaparillas, and like 6 of these. I have yet to get a Blue Star bottle cap. Like I said, I have probably 8. I have 8 that I drank. I have 8 bottle caps in front of me, and then I have 2 more of these in my refrigerator. So I will have a total of 12, and it's a 1 out of 12 chance. So hopefully I'll get at least 1 Blue Star bottle cap. If not, I'm going to be buying these like crazy. These are all the caps from the sarsaparillas I drank. These are the caps they gave us when you check into the event. They gave everybody 3, and somehow I have 13. So 3 of these are mine, 3 of these are my friend who went to the event with me, and then I just acquired more, and I'm not entirely sure how. Bullshit, random miscellaneous caps that I acquired throughout the weekend, just 4 quick. I might have actually gotten this from doing the Rad Roach racing. The one grape Nuka I had, as I look at it now, I realize it doesn't even say Nuka-Cola on it anywhere. It's just grapes. This one I thought was really cool for multiple reasons. One of them being, I think this is more accurate to what they look like in-game, the Sunset Sarsaparilla bottle caps, but also it's a 3D printed bottle cap, which I never thought I'd ever see, because they're such an easy prop to have that I would have never thought to 3D print one. Caps I acquired from 90.1 WIUP-FM, met real quick, introduced ourselves to each other, was handed these, super nice guy. I bought for like I don't even wear earrings, but for $1 I bought these from a kid selling them by the bus. Little 3D printed Nuka-Cola bottle cap earrings. I thought they were fun. It was a young guy, he was trying to get rid of them, sell them. I think they were like $1 each, like I said. These bottle caps I got that are all bedazzled with a little pin on them, I got from a woman who was cosplaying. I'll put a picture of her on screen right now. I went to go scan the back. I don't use TikTok. I even downloaded the app and didn't make an account, but just downloaded the app to try to find this person, but it wouldn't come up. It would just take me to the app or just take me to TikTok as a browser. But these are cool. Again, added to the collection. These next 2 I got from Sassy Lady, a friend of mine over on the Fallout Roundtable. Ran into her randomly as I was getting signatures. She just happened to show up. We had a nice little conversation, and I was given this. Thank you, Sassy Lady, for these. Also, I was given a very high quality sticker. Very nice sticker. And with her, I was very excited to formally meet. We had met once before, but I ran into Dom Quantum. Got these great stickers from him. I love the holotape design. We had met once before in DC for the fan meetup a few years back, but this time we actually got to be formally introduced a little bit better. I have a Nuka-Cola Quantum keychain that is a almost 1-to-1 from what is in-game that is on my shelf, and I gave one to Kyle, and I love these stickers. Thank you. So obviously it's held at the Pioneer Saloon, and I couldn't leave without a little bit of loot from the saloon itself. I got this little fridge magnet when I went into the general store, and while I was in the general store, I had probably one of the best sweet treats I've ever had in my life. And it came in this cup. The Pioneer Saloon, Goodsprings, Nevada Fallout Fan Festival, November 14th to the 16th of 2025. And on the back is a little ranger with a cup drinking in Goodsprings. I'm actually going to put all of the bottle caps I got from this year's event in this cup, and hey, next year maybe I'll put next year's caps and we'll keep it going. And I, much like a lot of other people who went to the event, got to stay at Buffalo Bill's, so I thought, you know what, this is a defunct casino that opened just for an event based on a real-life Fallout New Vegas location, so I bought myself a shot glass, and probably one of my favorite souvenirs that I got the entire trip is this payout voucher. I actually didn't gamble at all while I was in Vegas, but I got this. I went to go get money out of the ATM, and this was just there, a payout voucher for 32 cents, and I didn't gamble. You have to void it after 180 days. I didn't gamble at all because I was up. I had this, I spent no money, and I was already up 32 cents, so in my mind, I was already winning. I didn't gamble at all, but I have this, and it's going directly on my shelf inside of the shot glass. So this one's, you know, no free promo, but this one's awesome. I really like Bones Coffee. I've had their stuff before. I had Chocolate Crunch, the Wasteland Crunch, the one that had the ghoul on it. I had gotten that as a gift from a friend. I love Bones Coffee, and I'm only really showing this off so I can show off this. They posted me on their Instagram, and the story behind this picture is I wanted to buy coffee, and I saw a guy running around with the bag of coffee in his hand, and I'm like, oh my god, you guys are Bones, like, you're selling coffee here? And he's like, no, we just have this bag, and I was like, sell me this bag, and he goes, I can't
I have to take pictures with it. And I took the bag and I was like, well, let's take a picture, big fella. And now I'm just on their page. And I think it's really cool that that happened. And I didn't know where else to put that in this video other than right here. So thank you for listening. While I was in the Pioneer Saloon, getting that drink and some other fun things, they just were handing out stickers. Again, wanted to show them off. This one I love. I know you've probably seen these all this art, especially this. I know you've seen this one. This one is quite literally on my arm right now. This is one I was really excited to get. In true con or concert fashion, I bought a bootleg, unofficial, 3D printed Jet. I don't know if these are to scale. This is kind of how I always pictured Jet, maybe a little taller. But there was a guy who was selling these while I was waiting in line for about an hour and a half, if not 2 hours, to get to the event. He was selling these. I believe his name was Chris. He was from Chicago. He was from a little south of Chicago. When I asked him what his Portillo's order was, he told me he had never ordered there, which I thought was crazy because the best hot dog I've ever had in my entire life was at Portillo's. Anyway, this, I finally have Jet. I finally have a prop Jet. When I was a kid, which I still have from like, oh my god, Fallout 3 is how old? From like 15 plus years ago, I have CO2 canisters from either a BB gun or a paintball gun or something that I had that I tried to paint red to make it look like Jet. Now I have an official, unofficial, bought at a cool event. Just I have a story to go with this, and I'm very happy to finally put this on the shelf. The next one I'd like to show off is from, and I'm probably going to say this incorrect, so I'm going to show you it so you can scan it at home. If I'm reading this correct, it's Ethel Devil. I'm probably reading it wrong. It's a comic. It had two names. It's either The Diary of Mr. Bitches or just Mr. Bitches. And this reminds me so much. It's what I was so excited about when they handed it to me. If you've seen any of the official Fallout stuff from the event, the person who did this, they're actually in video, the Instagram clip that I saw, dressed as the Ghoul. This comic, even these two little, these two little printouts, I was so excited to get because this reminds me of like 2013 Fallout Tumblr, 2013 Fallout Online, just stuff that was super, you were in the know. Like, you had to know. I know how pretentious and gatekeepy that sounds, but it very much was a time where there was a few people online posting, and this reminds me of it. This just reminds me of a golden age of internet. It reminds me of a golden age of the Fallout fandom. I was very, very excited and very, very happy when I was handed this, so thank you. And speaking of a golden age of the Fallout fandom, I really want to point out this business card I was handed to by Preston of True Vault Escapades. Now, a lot of you probably already know about True Vault Escapades and the original fiction that Preston writes, that is this detective story, this noir story, but what I bet a lot of you don't know, and I'm going to show off the QR on the back, what I bet a lot of you don't know is that Preston is the original A-Bomb Radio. And I remember there a time where A-Bomb Radio would post on Instagram, maybe a little Twitter. I remember more on Instagram than anything else. I've been following this page. I've been following A-Bomb Radio forever. And when I met him and he handed me the card, he handed me this, and I was like, oh, isn't this Bunny? Wasn't this A-Bomb Radio? And Preston couldn't believe that I remembered that. But there's a very young version of myself who was listening to that and knew of it and found it at a young age and met the person who did it. And it was very much a full circle moment for me, and I was very excited, so thank you for this card. I also got a card from Modus Files. Again, here is the QR code. A podcast that I've been aware of for a very long time, sat in on the panel that was both hosted by them and by Preston. Thank you for your card. This is one that I was super excited to get to because this is a person who I've known about and followed for a while. This is Overshire, someone who I've seen their art passed around a lot, and this is actually a card of, if I believe I'm correct, Mrs. Fallout, and behind Mrs. Fallout, her husband, and these are really well-made cards. I was very excited to get this. I actually got this while I was playing Fallout New Vegas in the Pioneer Saloon, so thank you for this as well. Next one I have for you is actually, I met Frederica. I believe I'm saying this correctly. I just went and double-checked. They're a cosplayer, and here's their Instagram. They have an almost 1-to-1 Fallout 3 New Vegas era vault suit. Vault 21. I was so blown away by it on the last day. I ran into them and I was like, I need to take a picture and talk to you about this vault suit because it is so accurate. And that's a thing that I noticed I was really, really impressed by, is not just the amount of cosplay, but was the accuracy of costumes. And hers was one of the best. By far one of the best vault suits I had seen all weekend. If you buy a pre-made costume, that's fine. If you make your own, even better. I'm never gonna,
never gonna shit on somebody for what they take pleasure in, especially when it's something like this suit that was made of denim and actually had pockets. I was blown away. Again, here is their Instagram. I highly recommend following because the suit that I saw, I was absolutely blown away by. And then one thing that I actually was really upset that I didn't get a chance to partake in is the new California cosplay. It was a bunch of NCR soldiers in full 1-to-1. Looked pretty damn near what it should have been for, like, in-game. Like, look, ripped right out of Obsidian's code. And I'm a sucker for a scavenger hunt at a convention, and I didn't get this till, like, the last 30 minutes of me being at the convention. This classic inspiration quest. Take a picture of Dinky, take a picture of the Prospector, get a picture with or of the saloon, and when you went through this entire thing and did the entire checklist, they had an ammo crate, a big crate filled with caps, and I was told I was to get my NCR tax return from them. I would have done this day one if I knew it was there, and I will be looking for them next year. Also, a fun one I'd like to show off real quick, a birthday hat. As far as I know, Bethesda's never released an official birthday hat like they have in Fallout 3. The last day of the event, it was also somebody else's birthday, and when we were on the bus going from the hotel to the event, they had a bunch of birthday hats, and I heard them say that it was their birthday. I'm going to put the picture, I have a picture on screen now of us together. They told me that it was their birthday, and I go, oh my god, it's my birthday, and they look at me and go, let's have a birthday party. And they had a stack of hats to give people. So if you've seen any footage of me with the hat on top of my hat, that's why. Thank you for the hat. I got a fresh... I don't know if you've seen it, if you've been paying attention. I still have mine on. I'm recording this days later. I just haven't taken it off yet. I have a fresh Fallout Fan Celebration 2025 band. The lady who was asking people at the Pioneer Saloon if everyone had their bands on, or if anybody needed a new one, I was like, hey, can I just get one for my shelf? I just want a fresh one that's not ripped or torn. It's got a little nick, but it's fine, and it got a little folded, but again, fine. And she was like, don't tell anybody I did this. And I was like, hey, I didn't see nothing. Thank you for this. So the next thing I thought was really fun, because I haven't seen these since I was a kid, and that's these rolled pennies. In the US, we've recently just stopped minting pennies. Every time I saw somebody flattening a penny to get a design on it, I was like, oh my god, that could be worth millions in the future. We don't even know. I've gotten this one of the three fellas, the three Vault Boys, this one of the nuclear explosion, and this one of the lady, the showgirl, as well as the Vault Tech one, all from the Atomic Museum. And I got the Hoover Dam one at Hoover Dam and the Goodsprings one at Goodsprings. These are really fun, really neat. Very much a big fan of these. The next set of things I want to show off I got from Jesse Connors, who is from Wasteland Exports, who was doing a booth there and it had a wheel, and all the money was going to St. Jude, and I was there for a lot more than I thought I was going to be. I gave it, which I'm not upset about. I got a bunch of great prizes from them that I would like to show off. First off, I got an embroidered Caesar's Legion patch, and if you know me, you know I love the Legion. I think they're so interesting. Their lore, the way they think about things. I enjoy, it's always fun to root for the bad guy. I don't think they're right. I don't think that anything they do is correct, but I think they're interesting. And now I have an embroidered patch. To follow with the Caesar theme, this might actually be my favorite thing that I got at the entire event. This Legion Denarius, I was so excited. I actually didn't get this from the wheel. My friend who went with me did, and they gave it to me. This side with Caesar and with Joshua Graham, and the other side with Caesar's face minted into it. This is a real metal coin. Listen. This is a minted piece. I got so excited when my friend got it and then eventually gave it to me that I genuinely thought about keeping this on me at all times. This is... I love this. This is something so special to me. I got 2 buttons. One for the NCR, one for the Kings. I also had one a Nuka World postcard. I don't remember if these were actually published, if these were actually put out, if this is fan-made. Either way, great quality on these. You can actually send this. This can actually go through the postal service. And finally, what I think might be the second coolest thing, NCR Fun Bucks. When I had spun the wheel, again, Jesse was very, very kind to me. When I had spun the wheel, I had landed on NCR money, and he asked me, which one do you want? And I was like, oh, I want the one with Tandy. I don't remember what the denomination is. And he laid them all out in front of me, showed me Tandy on the 100, showed me Seth on the 20, and on the 5 was Aradesh. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, thank you. And I went to go reach for the 100, and he goes, take them all. And now I have $125 in NCR fun bucks. I really got the whole gambit. I got every piece of, except for water, but I can go get a bottle right now. I got every piece of currency in the Fallout universe while I was in Goodsprings. I love the wear on these. They don't feel like money, but they feel legit, man. Here's Tandy giving her speech. Seth, the first ranger, and the water well that's in Shady Sands. I love the fake money, man. I love it. Since we're talking about paper goods, I got a postcard from the Hoover Dam when I went to the Hoover Dam. Now, I said I didn't gamble, but I made sure I went into Caesars. And I got these. I got Caesars chips. These are going to go probably next to my New Vegas chips from the collector's edition on the shelf. They're fun. They're red. I enjoy Caesars Legion. I think it's fun and fresh. And now for a highlight of my collection, my signed copy of Fallout New Vegas by Jason Marsden. The voice of Boone, and he signed it, "My wife is dead." Just an absolute, and he quoted it and gave me a little heart and wrote Boone. Absolute highlight of my collection on the 360, the console that I fell in love with Fallout on. And inside I have more Sunset Sarsaparilla stickers. I got the Pioneer Saloon Fallout Era CD. Here's the tracks on the back. I was really excited, not just to buy a CD, but that TK Mantis does 2 songs on here. Super cool. Don't remember seeing anybody post about that, but now I have this. I haven't opened it yet, but as soon as I have my stereo set up, I'm playing this in the house. This is one of the most exciting pieces that I picked up from the event, for multiple reasons. One of them, I love action figures. I love toys. I collect them. Secondly, this is a McFarlane. This is a high-quality toy. Joints might be a little stiff, but it's a high-quality toy. Recently on the channel, I reviewed the Benny and the Riot Armor action figure that McFarlane did. And I think there's just one thing left to do. I think we all knew where this was going. And I won this from the Roach Racing. I went up and I went to go bet on my Roach, and I wound up spooking the little fella because I threw my bottle cap in the container he was in and not on his space. And because he was so spooked, he never even ran. He never even raced. So I wound up getting a pity spin on the roulette wheel, and I hit 0, which is one of the hardest, most rare things to hit on there, and I got to choose, and I got this and a t-shirt. The box is a little messed up. I do not collect toys in box. I collect toys out of box, and I had to put this on the outside of my suitcase. I would have had more stuff. I probably would have bought a toy weapon if I could, but I didn't feel like shipping anything back. I had very limited space. That's how I like to travel. I like to travel with very, very limited space. Hey, so real quick, I want to show off some of the shirts that I got while I was there as well. This is the shirt that I got from Amazon themselves for the Rad Roach Racing Roulette that I got the pity spin on. I won the McFarlane toy that you just saw, as well as this Vault 33 Vault Boy shirt. Next up, I will have for you the event shirt itself. Here it is in a beautiful olive green color. It's got a ranger on it in a fun art style. It's just a plain green shirt all the way around, but there we go. You can see Goodsprings, you can see a little flag, a death claw, what I assume to be Eddie, at least an Enclave Eyebot of a sort. Really like this shirt. It's got the date on it, the event that I went to. I'm a big fan of event shirts. I tried to get a shirt for every con I go to, for every concert I go to. This shirt is, I think, something they sell all the time at Goodsprings. Just the I went to Goodsprings before it was a Nuclear Wasteland shirt. I know I saw Old Man Liver wearing it before on Instagram. The only shirt to have Fallout branding on the back. But here we go. This is the logo itself. You probably remember these from the Fallout emoji keyboard thing that they did a couple years back. I think that's discontinued at this point. I use some of the things for that on videos and thumbnails and what have you. Again, Pioneer Saloon's big reason why I bought it, because it says that. I wanted to make sure I had a shirt that said the Pioneer Saloon on it. I thought this was neat to commemorate the event, even just a bit. And this one I got from the Atomic Museum, which is a fine shirt, but I kind of wish I would have just got the regular Atomic Museum shirt. This is just the Vault Boy in the Atlas pose holding up, I don't even know what they're called, the atomic symbol for something. I don't even know if it's accurate. It doesn't say Atomic Museum on it, but this is a shirt they were only selling at the Atomic Museum, and honestly, I wish I would have just got one for the museum itself. And I believe that's just about everything that I got from my trip to New Vegas, to Primm, to the Pioneer Saloon. Thank you for watching. This has been Atomic Radio Hour, episode 350-something, maybe 60. I don't know how long it would take to edit this. Links everywhere, because this is a different kind of episode. Here is the Patreon. The names right now. I want to thank these people. This trip was not funded by them. This trip was entirely out of my own pocket, but these are people who believe in what I do and like what I do and want to see more of it. Link in the description below to that if you want to support in any which way. Links to my Twitter, the show's Twitter, Kyle's Twitter, a bunch of other links down there. I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. If I met you at any point in time during this trip and you stood around for this whole thing, thank you. I want to thank Emma behind the camera, who's helped me tremendously the entire time. I want to thank everybody here. What a great weekend. What a great way to have a birthday. There's a bunch of stuff that I haven't even done yet that you're going to get to see soon. The Hoover Dam. It's in the video, so I guess I can talk about it. Hoover Dam. I got a tattoo. I went to the Atomic Museum. I ate a lot of White Castle. I drank a lot of Sunset Sarsaparilla. I can't thank you guys enough for watching. I love you. Tunnel Snakes rule. I hope to see you out in the desert next year. Bye, Kyle. Atomic Radio Hour Podcast. A Ghoulman Entertainment production. Recording?
Rolling.
Hey. Gotta get up to get down. You ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
Okay. Alright. That's enough embarrassing myself.